Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night ARCA Series, brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet. We're here with the KDR Designs 100 here from Nashville Superspeedway. Not the typical superspeedway you'd think of, like a Daytona or a Talladega. This is just a very large concrete track, very slick, very fast. Lots of tire wear. We're going to see a great race here tonight. As we got about 4 minutes left here in practice. So far, Ken Byers, your fastest car on the racetrack. Tyler Millette sits back in second. Third is Jamie Horn, Steve Bonomo, and Hunter Simpson. Currently, your top five. As we are going to take a look at our points coming into tonight. See, Jamie Horn is currently your points leader. Brandon Lopez sits back in second. Justin McMahon, Christopher Simon, and Ken Byers, your top five. Hunter Simpson losing a couple spots back to sixth. Then Eric Warman dropping a spot to seventh. Then you got Steven Bonomo and Jonathan Smith both climbing up a spot with Mike Leftwich, your top 10. And we'll leave this on the board so you can see where your favorite driver is currently in the top 10. Like I said, we are just a few minutes away from going green flag racing here at Nashville Superspeedway. Jamie Horn got the win last week. See if he can make it 4 in a row here tonight. Currently, again, up towards the front of the leaderboard, so he has an incredibly fast car again here tonight. Well, we should see him making his way towards the front of the field pretty quickly here. And I apologize for a moment. I'm having a technical issue on my end with one of my apps here. We see Tyler Millette ripping around the racetrack right now. Coming down the backstretch. Again, concrete oval. Nice and slick and fast. It's a track where you definitely have to make your way. Use a lot of brake here, get the car slowed way down. You can ride along here with Tyler Millette. It does take a while for these drivers to get back to the throttle. As the race goes on, those tires will wear out fast. This track is much like a cheese grater. You'll see these cars slow down quite a bit as the run goes on. And handling is going to be a big part of the race here tonight. With 75 laps here tonight, stage will be at the end of lap 38. If we don't have any cautions, this run, you might see drivers coming down pit road a little bit earlier than that as well. So it'll be interesting to see when the drivers are going to make their final pit, or their pit stops here tonight. We see a couple drivers getting some practice side-by-side racing in. That's John Smith in the 10, who just went fastest on the leaderboard. And John Ross and him were battling side-by-side. Jamie Horn has moved back into the 4th spot. But that's just practice. We're going to see how the race goes as practice has now come to an end. And we get ready for qualifying. Of course, I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or over on Kick. Do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. And hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, can't forget about our great partners that make this possible. Of course, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, your series sponsor here in the Doghouse Racing League. Of course, Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including cup, Xfinity, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Our Trackside Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by their store, check them out on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Links down below in the description. Of course, tonight's race is brought to you by Nap Daddy Designs. Originally started as an iRacing design shop, Nap Daddy Racing has now expanded to be your one-stop shop for all your iRacing needs. From custom paints, templates, team branding, and much more, Nap Daddy Racing has you covered. Head on over to napdaddyracing.com and be sure to check out the free stuff tab. As we see the 9 of Stephen Bonomo out on the racetrack, here's Mike Leftwich just coming off of turn number 4, coming to take the white flag on his qualifying attempt. And Leftwich is going to jump up into the top spot for now. See if he's able to hold on to that spot. As Stephen Bonomo goes second quickest. Chris Leftwich just coming across the stripe. He's going to go third fastest here. We see Christopher Simon coming off of turn number 4. Making his way to the stripe. Right down across the stripe on the apron. He's going to jump up into the 4th fastest spot. So here comes Stephen Bonomo off of turn number 4. And across the stripe. And Bonomo's going to better his time that time as Chris Leftwich goes up to the top of the leaderboard. Hunter Simpson's going to go 5th quickest. Here's Kenneth Byers Jr. making his way off of through turns 3 and 4. Down across the stripe. We'll see where the 99 shakes out here on his first lap. First lap's going to be good enough for the 6th position. See what he's able to do here on his second lap. Justin McMahon just coming across the stripe. And he did not record a time there as Tyler Millette jumps up into the 4th position. Kenneth Byers making his way off of turn number 4. Wrestling that car down to the stripe. And the 99 will improve his time, but he will stay in the 4th position as Richard Leclerc jumps up into the 9th position. And Justin McMahon goes 9th quickest on his lap. Tyler Millette kills it as he comes across the stripe. He is not going to improve on his time. Richard Leclerc making his way through turns 3 and 4 with about a minute and a half left here in qualifying. And off of turn 4 down to the stripe. And Leclerc is going to stay there in the 9th position for now. As Brandon Lopez just jumps up into the 9th position, knocking Leclerc back a spot. As it looks like Eric Warman out on the racetrack along with John Smith. Again, their final qualifying laps underway. John Smith's going to come across the stripe for his first lap. That's going to jump him up into the 7th position. Looks like he should have enough time to finish his qualifying attempt. Eric Warman as well. Making their way off of turn number 2. Smith down through turns 3 and 4. And down to the stripe. John Smith's going to jump up into the 5th spot. Here's Eric Warman down across the stripe, and looks like time expired just as he was coming across the stripe, so it looks like he will not record a time there. As we get ready to take a look at our starting grid. And Hunter Simpson's going to start from the pole here tonight. Christopher Simon in the 21 will roll off from the 2nd spot. Chris Leftwich and Kenneth Byers make up row number 2 with John Smith in the 10 and Tyler Millette in the 94, rounding out row number 3. Mike Leftwich rolls off from the 7th spot with Jason Ross in the 00. Next to him in 8th, Stephen Bonolo in the 9. He'll roll off 9th, and Eric Warman in the 31 in the 10th position. 11th will be Brandon Lopez with Richard Leclerc back in the 12th spot. 13th, you'll find Justin McMahon and Josh Cully back in 14th. Rounding out the field will be the 98 of Jamie Horn and Bill Gentry rounding out the field here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway. Again, we want to thank all of our great partners that make this possible. Again, our series sponsor over at Trackside NASCAR Outlet, which is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including cup, Xfinity, truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size helmets and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Of course, we also can't forget about our great partner over at Group 6. Rev up your brand's potential at Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. Discover more at group6inc.com. Also on the screen there, you see Nap Daddy Racing. Originally started as an iRacing design shop, Nap Daddy Racing is now expanded to be your one-stop shop for everything on your iRacing needs. From custom paints, templates, team branding, and much, much more, Nap Daddy Racing has you covered. Head on over to napdaddyracing.com. Be sure to check out their free stuff tab. Of course, we can't forget about our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world, including PC console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, Butt Kicker is a great partner here at Intensity Broadcasting, along with the Doghouse Racing League. So checking them out will help both of us out immensely. Of course, if you want more information on the Doghouse Racing League, check out their website over at doghouseracingle.com for stats, standings, news, and more. Links down below in the description. As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road, and Hunter Simpson's going to lead them down to the starting line, where the green flag will fly, and we are racing. Bit of a late jump there for most of the field. We saw a couple drivers checking up as looks like Christopher Simon way up the racetrack. He's going to have Ken Byers take a look down underneath him as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 3 for the first time. Byers working down to the inside now of John Smith as they come down into turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, right behind the 21 of Christopher Simon, we see the 00 of Jason Ross trying to move his way forward as well. Now John Smith is going to move himself up into that 3rd position. As Eric Warman is trying to get a run here on the 8 of Mike Leftwich down the front stretch. We see a battle between Jason Ross and the 21 of Christopher Simon. Simon's lost a couple spots, lost 4 spots since he dropped the green flag. But he could just be trying to save some tires here. As I mentioned earlier, this track is like a cheese grater. The tires will not last very long, as Ken Byers is taking a look down to the inside of John Smith as they come down into turn number 1. John Smith trying to make a move on Chris Leftwich, but here comes Ken Byers with the run down to the inside. Tyler Millette right there in the mix as well. Tyler Millette just ran the fastest lap of the race last lap. Field comes down across the stripe to complete lap number 4. Hunter Simpson out in front, although Chris Leftwich trying to change that as he was just right on the back bumper of the 5 machine. Of course, don't forget we've got the chat open, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch. We've got you covered. Let us know who you're rooting on here tonight. Drop your shout outs. We'll read them right here on the air as Tyler Millette takes a look down to the inside of John Smith. Smith able to use that high lane to his advantage to keep that 94 machine behind him. Right along here with Tyler Millette. He gets a little bit of a run here off of Ken Byers. Byers has some competition underneath him as the 00 of Jason Ross tries to take that spot away. Ken Byers going to kind of throw a little bit of a block there on the 00 to keep both the 21 and the 00 behind him. As Chris Leftwich now has John Smith taking a look down to the inside. To come off of turn number 4, side by side. This is a battle for the 3rd position. Tyler Millette right there in the mix as well. The field makes their way down the backstretch. Simpson continues to stay out in front, where he's led since the drop of the green flag. In the back, we see Justin McMahon currently sits back in the 13th position. That's where he started, and really just not able to get anything going currently, although he might just be trying to save some tires. As I mentioned earlier, tire wear is going to be premium here tonight. As John Smith and Ken Byers continue to battle door to door, side by side. In their mirror, we see the 21 of Christopher Simon and the 00 of Jason Ross also continuing their side by side battle. So as I mentioned, just because Super Speedway is in the name of the track, it's not a Super Speedway type of racing here tonight. It actually has a little bit more of an old school short track feel. To me, this is a track that runs a little bit more like Richmond, just a bigger version of Richmond, if you will. With the concrete surface, track is going to be very, very susceptible to temperature change. As the track temperature heats up a little bit, the cars are going to get less and less grip, same as the tires wear off. You're starting to see that already as a couple drivers starting to slip slide around here in the middle of the pack, as Jason Ross able to clear John Smith and take over that 5th position. Hunter Simpson still out in front. He's now stretched his lead to about a half second over second place Chris Leftwich. Although Leftwich and Tyler Millette trying to close this gap a little bit. Millette's getting closer to the back bumper of Leftwich, trying to take over that 2nd position. got a bit of a breakaway here as top 9 drivers nose to tail. Then there's a bit of a gap back to Jamie Horn and Steven Bonomo back in 10th and 11th. Last time by, Steven Bonomo was the fastest car on the racetrack, just ran a 30:13. Take that back, that was his fastest lap of the race. Fastest driver on the racetrack was John Ross with a 30:03. So here comes Tyler Millette trying to make a move down underneath the 83 of Chris Leftwich as they go down into turn number 3. Right along with Chris Leftwich. Almost some contact there between Leftwich and Tyler Millette. Right behind Ken Byers. Also right here in the mix as we've got a 3-car battle now for the 2nd position. Millette gets forced down into the low lane as Byers tries to make a move to the outside. He's going to cross him over here down the front stretch. They're going to be side by side down towards turn number 1. Kenneth Byers going to move himself up into the 3rd position, but here comes Tyler Millette trying to fight back on the high side. Thought he was just going to kind of let him have that position, but he's going to fight back as hard as he can. Them door-to-door behind is exactly what Chris Leftwich wants to see. As Leftwich now starting to pull away from those two as they make their way down into turn number 1. While that's going on, Jason Ross, excuse me, starting to close in on these two as they come down the backstretch. With 19 laps complete, Hunter Simpson's led every lap since the drop of the green flag. We've already seen tire fall off of about 3/4 of a second already in just the 19 laps. As I mentioned, the stage tonight on lap 38, so these drivers are going to have to go another 18 laps or so on the tires. The fuel, not so much a concern. The tires, though, you can already see those marbles forming at the top of the racetrack. Eric Warman giving a shot to the 00 of Jason Ross, trying to get him moving forward. Also starting to slide backwards. Fall back into the 8th position. Meanwhile, Ken Byers, Chris Leftwich doing battle here. Byers going to take a look down to the inside as they come down the backstretch towards turn number 3. And Leftwich going to give that position to the 99. Slides right in behind. Those two are going to make their way trying to run down Hunter Simpson. Meanwhile, just behind we see Tyler Millette and John Smith. Door-to-door through turns 1 and 2. Smith able to clear Tyler Millette, move himself solidly up into the 4th position. Eric Warman and John Ross side by side now. John Smith with a mirror full of Tyler Millette. Christopher Simon right there in the mix as well. Simon, who lost a few spots on the start of the race, now showing a little bit of speed. Starting to make his way up through the field. He's watching this battle unfold in front of him. Meanwhile, Hunter Simpson, Ken Byers, top two. Byers has run down that 5 machine and pulled away from Chris Leftwich by almost a second. Jeff Byers trying to take that top spot away. He is all over the back bumper of Hunter Simpson. You can see the run that Byers is able to get off the corner. Hunter's able to get into the corner a little bit deeper, but that's where Ken Byers really shines, as he's able to get the drive off the corner. Try to close the gap between him and the 5 machine here. Down into turn number 1. This is where Ken Byers has been the strongest through turns 1 and 2. And Ken Byers is going to take a dive down to the inside, trying to take the lead away here on lap 27. Not able to make the move happen, as Hunter Simpson able to hold on to that top spot, but for how long? You see Ken Byers trying to set that move up again. Well, further back, we got some hard racing here between Mike Leftwich and Eric Warman. This is a battle for 8th and 9th on the racetrack. They continue to race side by side. Then John Smith and the 83 Chris Leftwich duking it out here for the third spot. And while all this is going on, they're starting to run down our leaders just a little bit. As our leaders were battling, John Smith able to use a little bit of clean air to start running the leaders back down. See Christopher Simon down looking underneath his teammate, Chris Leftwich. Simon trying to take the 4th position away, and he will clear the 83, as the 83 now has to deal with the 94 Tyler Millette. And look who snuck into the picture. That is the 98 of J.B. Horn, who started dead last on the field. He's made his way up 8 positions into the 7th spot. And caution is on the racetrack. And it looks like it's for Eric Warman, who's looped it around on the front stretch. That's going to bring out our first wreckage rewind of the night. As there was some hard battling up here between Eric Warman and Mike Leftwich. See Warman up on the high side, Leftwich down on the bottom. And Warman just gets a little loose there, catches the right rear of Mike Leftwich, who's able to hold on to it. Steven Bonomo also gets a little piece of it, but for the most part, everybody able to get through. Doesn't look like any damage for any drivers. So we'll continue on. Pretty much no harm, no foul. See who comes down pit road this time. Looks like they're all going to come. The entire field down on pit road with Hunter Simpson leading them down to the pit stalls. I wonder if anybody's going to gamble here. Maybe take 2 tires. Try to steal the stage win. We'll watch the race off pit road here as Hunter Simpson. Right sides are down. Left sides go up in the air. And he is down and away. And Simpson's going to get off first. Looks like Christopher Simon's barely going to beat John Smith off of pit road. Chris Leftwich back in 4th. And Ken Byers in 5th. So as this is a claim league, which means if there's an incident, they'd like the driver to claim it to assess fault. And Eric Warman going to take an EOL here. So Hunter Simpson, Christopher Simon, they'll be the front row. John Smith, Chris Leftwich in row 2. Ken Byers, Tyler Millette back in row 3. Jamie Horn, Mike Leftwich, row 4. Josh Cully and Steven Bonomo will make up row number 5 as the lights are getting ready to go off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here from Nashville Superspeedway as we are quickly approaching the halfway mark. Again, your stage points will be awarded at the end of lap 38. If you're new to the Doghouse Racing League, they might run stages, but they don't throw a caution at the stage. So they'll continue racing on past the caution. Also, this league does not use resets, so any damage accrued during the race, they'll either have to get fixed or retire from the race. So far, just the one incident. Not really any damage there for the 31 of Eric Warman. As the pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Hunter Simpson going to lead them back down to the starting zone. The green flag will fly. We are back racing. A little bit of wheel spin for the 21 of Christopher Simon. It's going to allow John Smith to get positioned down underneath the 21. They come down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time of the restart. And John Smith's going to take over that second spot. Meanwhile, a little further back, gaggle of cars, you see Ken Byers out in front of Chris Leftwich and Tyler Millette. With the fresh tires here coming to the end of the stage in 2 laps. Chris Leftwich trying to use that high lane to his advantage, trying to keep that momentum up, but right now, just not able to do it as he is trapped. Chris Leftwich able to clear Jamie Horn. Here comes Michael Leftwich. Ooh, gives Jamie Horn a shot in the middle of turns 3 and 4. We take lap 38, just one more lap here in the stage. Can Hunter Simpson hold on to the stage win? John Smith right there on the back bumper. They come down into turns 3 and 4. And down across the stripe, Hunter Simpson will be your stage winner. John Smith second, Ken Byers third, Christopher Simon, Tyler Millette, Jamie Horn, Chris Leftwich, Justin McMahon, Mike Leftwich, and Josh Cully are the running order of the stage. It's going to be a race from here on out. Assume Bonomo all over the back bumper of Mike Leftwich. He'll get you right here in the mix as well. Get you lost the pack earlier. He was about a half a lap down at one point. Caution really saved him. So he's now mixing it up with these boys in the middle of the pack. Meanwhile, Chris Simon trying to find his way around the 99 of Ken Byers. So far, unsuccessful. As Hunter Simpson continues to hold on to the lead. John Smith in that 10 machine, trying to find his way around the 5. Come down into turn number 1, and we have just 35 laps to go. Mike Leftwich side by side. This is a battle for the 10th and 11th position. See the 00 of Jason Ross now battling to the outside of Brunello. Mike Leftwich able to get away just a little bit. Meanwhile, up front, the battle for the top spot is starting to heat up. As Hunter Simpson out in front, but not able to pull away like he was earlier in the race. Ken Byers has a mirror full of Christopher Simon. So Simon lost a bunch of spots on the initial start. Looks like he fell back trying to save some tires. And now that he doesn't have to save anymore, he is right there in the mix running fourth. As I say that, Jamie Horn tries taking a look down to the inside of Christopher Simon. He will indeed take a look down underneath that 21 machine. Christopher Simon able to hold on to that spot for now as Tyler Millette takes a look to the outside of Jamie Horn. Field makes their way off of turn number 4. You see Jamie Horn trying to use that apron, trying to get down underneath the 21 of Christopher Simon, but at the moment, no dice, not able to make that happen. Meanwhile, we have a challenge for the lead. John Smith able to get down underneath Hunter Simpson in the 5 as they come down across stripe. Here comes Ken Byers looking up to the high side. Side by side battle continues for the second spot. It's Ken Byers up there on the high side. Dives down low in front of the nose, across the nose of John Smith to take over that second position, as here comes Christopher Simon also trying to work that high side right now. Ken Byers gives chase to the 5. of Hunter Simpson. We are quickly approaching 25 laps to go. Simpson now puts it in overdrive. He starts to pull away from Ken Byers just a little bit. So it looks like Ken Byers now showing a little bit more speed again as these two are trading lap times. We'll look at the lap time history. A couple laps, Byers was a little bit quicker. A couple laps, Simpson was a little quicker. Let's see who's a little quicker this time as we see some contact there between Justin McMahon and Chris Leftwich. These two battling awfully hard and continue to trade paint through turns 1 and 2. McMahon able to finally get by Leftwich, but here comes Leftwich with the crossover. Down into turn number 1. Leftwich trying to take that spot back. Meanwhile, back up front, Ken Byers continues to try to work the back bumper of Hunter Simpson. John Smith right there in that mix as well. As the laps click down, we have just 23 laps to go. And I am pretty sure that everybody's going to be able to make it on fuel. We see the 10 of John Smith trying to look down underneath Ken Byers as they come down the front stretch. John Smith is there. They have a push from Jamie Horn, who's made his way up into the 4th position. Now John Smith has moved himself up into the runner-up spot. With 22 laps to go, will he have anything for Hunter Simpson? Behind we see the battle between Kenneth Byers and Jamie Horn. As strong as the side draft in these cars are, you see Byers trying to get as far away from Horn as he can on the straightaways. That way he can keep from being dragged back. We now have 20 laps to go. 2-car breakaway up at the front, and Ken Byers, Jamie Horn, Christopher Simon, and Justin McMahon all run side by side. McMahon now taking a look underneath Ken Byers. As McMahon's now moved himself up into the top 5. See Tyler Millette all over the back bumper of Chris Leftwich as they come down into turn number 3. Further back, we see Brandon Lopez, your second place in points, battling with Jason Ross. This is a battle for 12th and 13th. It's Lopez not having a very good run as a battle for the lead. John Smith makes his way down to the inside. They are side by side for the lead. down into turn number 1. John Smith just barely inches ahead. But Hunter Simpson's going to have that high lane where he's going to have the momentum off the corner. So they continue to battle side by side down into turn number 3. Almost some contact between the two drivers. Jamie Horn right there, getting a little impatient behind these two. I would not be surprised to see him make a 3-wide move. As John Smith finally able to clear the 5 of Hunter Simpson and move himself up into the top spot. Here comes Jamie Horn taking a look down to the inside of Hunter Simpson. And caution is out on the racetrack. And ooh, hard, heavy contact for the 83 of Chris Leftwich. See that right front tire isn't even turning right now. That is going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened to Chris Leftwich. Looks like there might have been a little bit of contact here with Tyler Millette. Yeah, Millette kind of held his line. Looked like Leftwich got a little loose, came down into the side. And then there's heavy impact with the outside wall for Chris Leftwich. And that is going to bring the entire field back down pit road. John Smith makes his way down to his pit stall. Does anybody make a 2-tire stop here? That's going to be my question. We'll watch John Smith here up at the front. He's going to have the shortest distance to go off of pit road. He's going to take all 4 tires. There's the 2-tire stops. Josh Cully going to gamble here. 2-tire stop for him. Tyler Millette also with a 2-tire stop. Brandon Lopez is going to jump up a bunch of spots into 5th with a 2-tire stop. Steve Monomo also taking 2 tires. So a mixture here of 2 and 4 tires. So if we take a look at the leaderboard here, Josh Cully on 2 tires. Tyler Millette on 2 tires. Hunter Simpson on 4 tires. John Smith on 4 tires. Jamie Horn on 4 tires. Stephen Bonomo in 6th. He's on 2 tires. And then Justin McMahon, Christopher Simon, Ken Byers. Everybody else except for Brandon Lopez. Brandon Lopez, I don't know if he got caught speeding, but he fell all the way back to the back of the field. He also took 2 tires. We're going to have to see if 2 tires or 4 tires prevails here. As we get the field re-racked, restacked, and getting ready to refire. When they fire off here, they'll have just 12 laps to go. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. And Josh Cully going to lead them down to the restart zone. Where the green flag will fly. Actually, it was Tyler Millette led him down to the zone. Where the green flag flies, and we are racing once again. like somebody had a black flag at the start of the race there. Not sure who that was. Still not able to figure out who that was, but apparently Tyler Millette out in front over Josh Cully. Both those drivers on 2 tires. John Smith, first driver on 4 tires, currently running in the 3rd spot. We come across the stripe, we'll have just 10 laps to go. Hunter Simpson really struggling here in the dirty air. Stephen Bonomo has moved himself up into the top 5. With a 2-tire stop, it's working for that 9 machine, but here comes Jamie Horn. He is on 4 tires. He's going to take a 3 wide down the back stretch. Back to 2 wide as they come down into turns 3 and 4. Horn going to drive down underneath June Bonomo, who comes across the nose. Just 9 laps to go. Oh, some more contact there between Cully and John Smith. Oh, Cully gets turned around. Caution is out. That is going to bring up another wreckage rewind here. As we take a look to see what happened here. See Cully up on the high side. And we see Hunter Simpson trying to make it 3 wide here as they exit turn number 2. Looks like a little contact between either Bonomo or Jamie Horn and Hunter Simpson that sends him up into the 88 of Cully. Mike Leftwich just nowheres to go. So I did check while we were getting that replay pulled up. 2 drivers had black flags cleared. Tyler Millette and Chris Leftwich. So we're going to go back racing here with about 5 laps to go. Of course, we want to thank all of our great partners here in the Doghouse Racing League and here at Intensity Broadcast. And of course, the Butt Kicker, which is an established leader and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. That's the one I personally use myself, and it is fantastic. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Can't forget about our series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, which is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including truck, cup, Xfinity, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store. Follow them on Facebook or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Don't forget about our website over at intensityracing.com. If you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, want to pick up some of Hatley Atman Reese's racing gear, head on over to intensityracing.com. Links down below in the description. Of course, can't forget about our race sponsor as well. Originally started as an iRacing design shop, NapDaddy Racing has now expanded to be your one-stop shop for all your iRacing needs. From custom paints, templates, team branding, and much, much more, NapDaddy Racing has you covered. Head on over to napdaddyracing.com. Be sure to check out the free stuff tab. Links down below in the description as the pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing with just 5 laps to go when they take the green flag. As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. And the green flag flies again. We are back racing. Jamie Horn, Steven Bonomo battling it out for the 3rd spot. Bonomo on the inside, Horn on the outside. 2 tires versus 4 tires as they come off of turn number 2. Bonomo almost has the 98 clear as they come down into turn number 3. Now Horn with the outside trying to get by the 9 of Bonomo as they come off of turn number 4. Just 4 laps to go. Jamie Horn able to clear the 9 of Steven Bonomo, sets his sights on the 10 of John Smith. John Smith, another driver who's on 4 tires. Only Tyler Millette left with 2 tires up here at the front. And Millette about to get under attack as John Smith takes a look down to the inside, has to tuck back in line. 3 laps to go as they come across the stripe. Smith going to try to dive in the corner a little bit. He's going to dive down underneath the 94 as they come down the backstretch. Trying to get a run. He's got Jamie Horn right there on the back bumper as they come down into turn number 3. We'll have just 2 laps to go when they cross the line this time. Tyler Millette able to hold off with those 2 tires for now as Jamie Horn gives the bumper to John Smith down the front stretch and into turn number 1. Smith doing everything he can. He's got a mirror full of the 98. He's trying to run down Tyler Millette. They come down the backstretch into turn number 3. Horn pushing that 10 machine all the way into the corner. As they come off of turn number 4, a white flag is in the air. Just 1 more lap to go. Jamie Horn continues to push that 10 machine. Going to push him right out to the front. He's going to try to work the high side of Tyler Millette as they come through turns 1 and 2. Contact between the 94 and the 10 as they come side by side down the backstretch for the final time. John Smith going to take the lead coming down into turn number 3. Tyler Millette going to try to fight back down into turn number 3. Oh, he gets into him. He turns him. John Smith goes around. Jamie Horn gets contact. Bonomo wrecked as well as they come down to the stripe. Tyler Millette is going to get the win. Christopher Simon comes home in 2nd, and Jason Ross slides across the stripe in 3rd as the big one happens coming across the stripe. And Tyler Millette will be your winner. Holy cow, let's take another look at this one from a different view. See the contact there. Millette gets into the 10, turns him sideways. Oh, heck breaks loose. The C's part for Christopher Simon. And Tyler Millette with the 2 tire stop comes home with the victory. In the YouTube chat, we see what a finish, and I agree. That was an incredible finish here as we watch Tyler Millette burn him down here on the front stretch. Let's go back real quick. We're going to ride along here with Christopher Simon. Let's ride along here in car here. He is currently sitting back. It looks to be about 10th place right here. And the seas just part for him, and he brings it home in second. What an incredible finish there. As we take a look at the final results, again, Tyler Millette gets the win. Christopher Simon brings it home in second. Jason Ross in third. Jesse McMahon rebounds for fourth, and Jamie Horn falls back to fifth. Sixth place, Bill Gentry, followed by Richard Leclerc in seventh. Hunter Simpson finishes in eighth. Kenneth Byers in the ninth spot. And then John Smith, who is leading, comes home in 10th. Mike Leftwich brings home 11th. Eric Warman in 12th. Stephen Minomo back in 13th. Brandon Lopez 14th. Josh Cully and Chris Leftwich round out the field here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway. As we get ready to talk to our top three, starting with your third place finisher, Jason Ross. Jason, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Man, what a race for you there at the end. Right place, right time, sneaking through the mess there, coming home in third place. Talk us through the last couple laps there.
Yeah, I was just hoping for a top five. I had gotten towards the back there on that first caution, and I was just working my way forward. And I thought, I can get a top five out of this. And the seas parted, and I thought for sure there it wasn't going to close on me. But I got hit from behind, and that got me squirrely. And looking at the replay, it looks like the 24 hit me across the line for third place. So it's one of the oddest finishes I'll ever get for a third place, but I'll take it.
You know, I was saying all race long, it's called Nashville Superspeedway, but it doesn't race like a superspeedway. Then we have the big one there on the last lap. I know that's not what anybody was expecting. What was going through your mind there on that last run, especially with a couple drivers taking 2 tires, taking 4 tires? Did you have any strategy coming in? Do you think maybe you wish you would have made a different tire call there at the end?
No, I was already towards the back, and it just happened that a couple of those cautions before that got me from, I think I was 12th, then I was 8th, and then I was 6th on that last caution. So it just so happens that the seas kept parting for me. I missed that big wreck before that, which helped. So yeah, I don't think 2 tires would have worked out for me. Nashville is super fun because it's like I was fast, but as soon as you lost momentum, you were getting freight trained by anybody behind you. So it was kind of a frustrating, like you could run faster lap times than the guys in front of you, but if you couldn't make the pass, it almost didn't matter. So it was an interesting race.
You know, I kind of always say Nashville Superspeedway is kind of like a big Richmond. It kind of has that momentum feel, and you're right. If you don't get that launch off the corner, it's really easy to go backwards. Well, next week we move on to short track racing over at Bristol Motor Speedway. How do you like your chances at the other Tennessee track?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. My family, the JR Farms 120, is sponsoring the race. So I come from a family of 7 generations of farmers. So all corn and soybean farmers up in northern Illinois. So yeah, I'm hoping I can do well for the hometown crowd.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck next week. Hopefully we'll talk to you again soon. Of course, before we let you go, anyone want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
I'd just like to thank my family, my grandpa, my mom and dad, and everybody who watches me.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Good luck next week at Bristol, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Night.
So that was your third place finisher, Jason Ross. Let's bring in your second place finisher here, Chris Simon. Chris, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Man, what a race for you here tonight. Coming in second place, I think you're running about 10th or 11th when you're coming off of turn number 4 there. And the seas just parted. You were able to make your way through. Talk us through that last lap.
Oh man, like I was running knife when I was entering turn 3 and 4, and I didn't get a good run on at the restart there because I was behind my teammate who had damage. but I was able to get by him, and then I just kept trying to get it rolling, just to try to get it to the finish there. I was I was disappointed with those cautions though. I was saving my tires and everything. I was gaining on the leaders, but cautions happen, so it's nothing to be too mad about. And yeah, that last lap is just chaotic. I was not expecting it at all. Like I was just gonna be like, oh, I'm fine with finishing ninth, but I'm not really too happy about it. But then I saw that big wreck happening and just saw everyone like swerving back and forth. And I was like, I need to try to get through this finish, like just try to get by these cars without damaging anything. And then I just got by everyone except for the leader and just got second there.
Yeah, it seemed like a big difference in strategy there on that last stop. A bunch of drivers taking 2 tires, some taking 4 tires. I believe you took 4 tires on that last stop. Even though it set you back, it kind of put you in the right place at the right time. But when you're sitting back there in the ninth spot, were you kind of thinking maybe I should have went the other way, maybe taking 2 tires?
I didn't expect some drivers taking 2 tires though. Um, I think I would have been fine with my 4 tire strat because I've been really good with these tires in these tracks. So I said, I'll see how it just does from the last final laps. Maybe I can gain more laps or gain more time than the leaders who took 2 tires and all. So, but I'm still kind of happy I stayed in the back than being up front. Because if I was up front, like if I was ahead of my teammate at the restart, I think I would have been involved in that wreck.
Well, next week we move over to across Tennessee to the other side to Bristol Motor Speedway. How do you like your chances at the short track next week?
Oh, I love short tracks. I'm hoping to do a really good finish there. See if I can bring home a top three like how I have before on other tracks. But sometimes Bristol is not like I'm good at that track, but most times like I don't do pretty well because of crashes and all that. But just trying to avoid those crashes next race and see how we do there.
Well, in the chat, Miguel says, great ending, second place to Christopher Simon, and congrats to you. So before we let you go, of course, anyone we want to thank, any shouts you got to give here tonight?
Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. I always like to tune in after these races and see how everyone's doing in the race. It's always fun to like see like the finishes and all. Shout out to my family, of course. They always watch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, always cheering me on, trying to get me trying to win for them at one point, but we'll see when we get there. Shout out to Daniel and the admins and all. They put out good shows most of the time and all. And also, of course, shout out to my teammates, Mike Leftwich, Chris Leftwich at Shoney's Racing. Always love racing with those guys. Like, it's blast racing with them.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the runner-up spot here tonight. Good luck next week at Bristol, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, sure.
Have a great night.
You too.
That was your second place finisher, Christopher Simon. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, driver of the 94 machine, Tyler Millette. Tyler, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I know it seemed a little controversial. I know it got a little spicy over there, but man, what a win for you here tonight. The 2 tire strategy paid off, and I know that's not the way that you wanted to win it here tonight. But talk us through that last lap there and what happened from your point of view.
Yeah, I knew with the 2 tire strategy, I was going to have to do what I could to get track position. This track's, I mean, you've seen the racing tonight. It's tight packed, it's close. I started trying to be really aggressively defending there towards the end, and when I saw him get around on the outside, I wanted to try to shoot the inside, see if I could match him, and I just asked more than what the car could give, which I mean, it was just hard racing, got into him. It looked like he was going to straighten out, so I tried to stay in it, and unfortunately, it turned him coming across the line, and I hate that for Smith because he's a good guy, he's a good driver, and he's always raced me clean, and just want to apologize to him first and foremost for having that kind of finish. Like, win's a win, but I don't like taking a win like that.
Well, I see in the chat it blew up right there at the end with the chat. What a finish! We got. Let's see here. Let me pull my iPad off the screen here so I can see it a little better because I'm getting old. Nap Day Racing, man, that was the most fun I had racing in a while. Congratulations, Tyler, on the run. Absolutely no hard feelings with the Win 94. Always good racing with him. And Heo says, crazy finish. Congratulations, Tyler. So a couple shout outs to you there in the chat. And like I said, man, it was a crazy finish, especially coming down to the end. Those two tires. I kind of said tonight, this is one of those tracks, it's a cheese grater of a racetrack. And to me, it kind of runs a little bit like a large Richmond. That momentum really off the corner is really important. Did you kind of have that feeling here tonight as well? And did you really have to try to set up passes and work hard to get yourself up to the front there?
Oh, absolutely. The biggest thing was trying to open that arc up to get the better momentum through the tournament. When you're side by side like that, it's next to impossible. It feels like the inside and outside kind of match each other. So I kept trying to work traffic, find a good draft partner to run with to pull me forward and not be too harsh on the tires. And fortunately, right there at the end, there was enough to keep me towards the front, but it was I'm telling you, I'm pouring the sweat. It was everything I could ask from that car to keep it up there.
Well, as I mentioned, you had a couple shout outs there in the chat here. Next week, we move on over to the other side of Tennessee, over to Bristol Motor Speedway. How do you like your shots there at the shorter track?
I love the short tracks, and Bristol's one of my favorite. Unfortunately, I'm going to probably have to miss that one, which really sucks because it feels like short tracks are usually what I perform better at. But looking forward to the race, though. These guys always put on a good show, which, we saw the racing tonight. Everybody that turns up always puts on good races, good competition. You can't ask for a better group of guys to race with.
Absolutely, I could not disagree with you more. Disagree with you there. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, anyone thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I want to shout out Mom and Dad. They tune in. They watch all these races and get worked up. My fiance too. She's a mess a little bit. She come in here all hyped up. Shout out to Daniel, Justin, team members, Jamie, Hunter, all those guys. Like part of my team. They're like family to me, and I couldn't be half the race I am without those guys.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck next week. If you're here at Bristol, if not, we will see you at. I'm trying to see what the following races after Bristol. That's going to be Texas Motor Speedway. So, if we don't see you next week, good luck at Texas, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was your winner, Tyler Millette, getting the win here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. Of course, we want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, over on Twitch, we do appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Don't forget that like button, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to check out our great partners listed down below, including the Butt Kicker, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, Nap Daddy Racing, IntensityRacing.com, and the Doghouse Racing League's website, so you can check out any news, stats, standings, and more right there on the web. Links down below in the description. That's going to do it for us here tonight from Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to tune in next week as the Doghouse Racing League Trackside NASCAR Outlet ARCA Series takes on Bristol Motor Speedway. And we're looking forward to that one. So, of course, thank you again for joining us, whether you're watching live or you're watching after the fact. We do appreciate you tuning in. And as always, as our boy Atlee